morning show, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Tobago Thursday, and I have with me a man who's been making some significant waves in Tobago as far as the cultural landscape is concerned. You know, he's been everything that we've been seeing virtually coming onto Tobago that looking boss and awesome, that you guys have all been loving. The Discover TNT series, he have a hand in that. Everything that we see. Latest thing is he's dipping the jazz in the Tambrin stew. Good morning to you, Mr. John Arnold.
Morning, Rokas and the team. Morning to all the viewers.
How are you doing this morning?
I am, I'm good. I'm really good.
Mr. Arnold, they say you have the Midas touch. Everything that you touch is just magical.
No. Well, maybe, yeah, thank God, maybe. But,
all right, so tell us about jazz standards in the Tambrin sauce.
right, so first I have to get you, it's Tambrin. So the name of the instrument is Tambrin.
Right.
So it's a derivative of the tambourine.
Right.
So it's a frame drum that's very popular in Tobago. It's part of our cultural legacy here. It's actually played as three instruments in a family called the Tobago Tambrin Band. So we have one that's the boom like a kick drum, one that's like a side drum, which is the roller, and one that's like the snare or the high pitch, which is called the cutter. So all three play together as a tambrin band. So it's really a play. We actually situated the tambrin instrument into jazz music and also situate jazz music into what the tambrin normally will do.
Ah, so you're basically expanding the range of what we've known the tambrin instruments to play for.
Yeah, I mean, the idea behind the album is really to raise the awareness and visibility of an instrument that I think has the potential to be an endangered species. Mm-hmm. And the way to do that is obviously bring attention to it. And similar like all the other frame drums around the world, to really allow it to get a bit of globalization in terms of being used. The more we can get it out there and put it into other kinds of music. I started with jazz because jazz is a listening music.
Yeah.
It's not, but we would certainly love to see jazz in soca, tambrin in soca, in reggae, in Celtic, in other forms of musical genres.
Tell me, let's get back to the actual instruments themselves, right? How are they made? What are they made from?
Right, so it's made with a cabbage bark, which is a bark of a tree, a special tree, and that is cured and it's treated and all that. That forms the arc, the circumference, and then goat skin, which is put on the outside.
Yeah.
And the only thing with the drums is that they have to be heated. So there's a whole process of having the drums, you light a fire, and you put the drums next to it and so on. In modern times, when we traveled to Europe with the tambrin bands, because of the fire ordinances and so on, they can't light a fire. So we had to use theater lights. So you now heat them with theater lights backstage, or they have to constantly be heating on a rotation basis. Yeah.
So every time you're about to perform, they have to be heated?
Yes. And so even after one song, even from the video you saw, some were heating while some were playing. So after each song, you replace, and it's a rotation pattern, yeah.
That's very, very interesting. Is there like formal training or how is this tradition passed down of the tambrin?
Yeah, like everything. I mean, the Tobago Heritage Festival has been pivotal in keeping some of these traditions alive. I think the idea now is really by raising this kind of awareness, I think all of us will now see the importance of the instrument. And now it can certainly, the pedagogy of it, I know there were some people from UTT who started doing work on that, how you hold the instrument, which fingers you use, how much pressure you apply, all that kind of stuff, how is the drum made, so that we can start to document those kinds of things to now carry the conversation further. So you can literally go to learn how to play the Tobago tambrin, like how you learn to play congas, timbales, etc., djembe, etc.
Everything else. And it sounds like it's also from a similar family as the conga and the djembe, based on the process of making.
Yeah, I mean, it's the frame drum. Right now, the frame drums As you know, there's several. They have the DAF, they have one that pivots off the tabla called the tabla tone frame drum. All of them are played with hands and so on. And I mean, one of the things about frame drums is the complexity you can create with it. Now, with our music, which is the reel and jig, the rhythms are pretty simple in terms of how it's played, right? But what I'm trying to do now is say, hey, we can take this instrument and do some more complicated rhythms and some more complicated inputs into other kinds of music. So that's, I mean, and the album really speaks to that. In some of the pieces, I took some of the more popular jazz songs like Take 5, Fly Me to the Moon, Blue Bossa, etc. Songs that people know, so they can certainly relate to it.
Yeah. Where can people get the album?
Right, well, right now the album is only available from me because we haven't put them out online. It's going to be on CD Baby for sure. That's one of the platforms all my albums are. But it's certainly available from me because I haven't been able to get copies to the retail outlets as yet. But really and truly, if the persons contact me, it's very easy to find me. Just go Google and they should find my number very easy.
Yeah.
I don't have my number or my email address.
If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Anna, I believe CD Baby is one of those places that you can use as a portal to get to streaming platforms as well, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so we can definitely look out for it on the streaming platforms. You'll let us know when it dropped so we can go check it, right?
Yep, appreciate that.
All right, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Mr. Arnold.
All right, thanks a lot.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your day. We bring in Tambrin, the Tambrin, Tobago Tambrin band, putting it in other music. I think it's phenomenal. I think we definitely need to do more things like that, you know, put traditional instruments into modern music and make the whole thing nice mix-up callaloo where people pass on this tradition and apply it in different ways, just like we did with the steel pan. You know what I mean? We only used to play pan the pan, and now pan and everything. You could put pan in a rock band, you could put pan in a soca band.
And not only that, you create new sounds, and you never know who's going to be attracted to the kind of sounds that comes out of that.
And there are no limits when it comes to musical instruments,
Oh,
you know?
definitely not. Right now, I'm about to make a music with all this pen. You see, Tasha got it. Listen, we don't want to mash up the show right now. Just go. Take me out before I bust my new instrument on here.
Show everything. Everything is a papi show.
This is
the
not
man's come to talk about the proper instruments. He come to talk about the people and them heritage. And you papi showing with a pen.
I not papi showing. I couldn't real just get on the watch it.
This is what that is. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all so much for being here with us inside the Now Morning Show this morning. I want to say again before we leave, happy birthday.
People used to dismiss Albert Einstein, you know.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, don't discount my pen and my song and my whole new sound. You heard it, Sayo?
People discount
Sayo heard it.
Happy birthday once again goes out to Nicholas Peters celebrating his birthday today. Nicholas, we love you plenty.
Now it's your time to dance.
Let me get a little something now, man.
Give him something good. Woo!
You get the tune, the team song right now. Enjoy the rest of the day. Remember, hold on. Remember to make a difference today now because together we aspire.
Together we achieve.
See you guys tomorrow for Friday. Nicholas, dance it out for them. There we go.
Honey, sweet water, yellow, blue, queen, daughter, mama, sister, friend, lover. Whoa, Mrs. Cassandra. Mrs. Cassandra, act like a sauna, just like her mama, feed me papaya. Oshuna no ya, she no push over. You should know better if you come in here. Oh, your skin glow, watermelon.